So Gay-Lussac's law, this is a pressure temperature relationship. This is, I'll write, an important thing to know about this is it is also known as pressure temperature relationship. What do we understand? That the thing, how do we understand is that the point to note from this law is that it tells about the dependence of pressure on temperature. Like in simple words, if I want to write this law, okay, what does this law says? Law says that a pressure of a, 1 minute, yeah. Law says that pressure of fixed mass of gas is directly proportional to what? Directly proportional to temperature supplied. Right? Means what we write is a pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Pressure is equal to kT. This is one form of the law, right? Means when we supply a temperature, right, pressure of a fixed mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature supplied at fixed volume. Volume is fixed. You can take an example of the pressure cooker. The volume of the container is not increasing. That lid is fixed. You supply a temperature, pressure inside the cooker builds up, right, with temperature. So this would be a good example of it. So pressure of a fixed mass of gas is directly proportional to temperature supplied at constant volume or fixed volume. This is also correct, at constant volume. So what do we say this? Like P by T is equal to constant, means a ratio of the pressure by temperature is constant, right? So, or we can say this P1 T1 is equal to P2 T2, which is equal to P3 and T3. You change the temperature, pressure will adjust in such a way that a ratio of the pressure and temperature remains constant. There is one more nice statement for this. I will write that statement also. To be more specific, like by what value pressure is going to increase with every degree rise in temperature. So statement says that volume remaining constant, same law it is, okay, just trying to put it in a more specific way. So volume remaining constant, pressure of fixed mass of gas increases or decreases by 1 by 273 to that by factor, okay, by 1 by 273 to that of initial pressure at 0 degree Celsius for every degree rise or fall in temperature. So volume remaining constant, pressure of a fixed mass of gas increases or decreases by 273 by 1 by 20 to that of the initial pressure at 0 degree Celsius for every degree rise or fall in temperature. Means you increase the temperature by 1 degree, its pressure will increase by what? 1 by 273 to that of the initial pressure. Means what, how we can write this law is that a pressure is equal to P naught plus initial pressure, right? It will increase what? P naught times of the initial pressure, like 1 by 173, right? This is the increase. This is the increase with a increase in temperature T1, right? This is the law. What it says means the system was at 0 degree Celsius. What will happen if you make it to 1 degree Celsius? Pressure, this is a initial pressure when it is at 0, and this is added pressure when the temperature is T1. Now looking at the graphs of this, of the Gay-Lussac's law, the pressure and temperature graph, like these are called as, like this is one set of readings I am taking. You set some temperature, and you see the variation in a pressure. Let's say this is a graph which I am plotting, and this is 0, this is 10, this is 20, this is temperature which I am writing over here. Let's say this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, 40 and 50. Let's not worry about the pressure. This is just I am writing the scale for your understanding over here. So when what does it mean when temperature is 10? When temperature is 10, the pressure is this much, right? When temperature is 20, how much is the pressure? This is the pressure. Okay. When temperature, you increase the temperature, what happens? The pressure builds up, right? That is what exactly happens in a pressure cooker, right? So when we supply a temperature, the pressure builds up into the vessel. So every time you increase the temperature, the pressure will be building up. This is at certain volume V1. We can consider this is at certain volume V1. Then you do this. You change the vessel whose volume is V2. Earlier there was a gas. Let's say this was the volume V1. This was the volume V1. You have taken a reading for this set, and this is the amount of the gas. Okay, this is what V1. Now you use another container, put that same gas in some other container whose volume is V2. Okay, and you are putting that same amount of the gas. Right? Now you take the reading, you increase the temperature, the pressure will increase. You increase the temperature, the pressure is going to increase. Now this set of readings will be for what? This set of readings will be for this pressure. This is the increase in the pressure. You increase the temperature, this is the increase in the pressure. So you increase the temperature, this is the increase in pressure. Right? So what happens? In which case there is a more pressure. When volume is less, the pressure which is building up is less, right? So volume is, now you increase this container size, still bigger. You increase this container size, still bigger. And you supply a temperature, new graph. This will be the graph, V3. You supply a temperature, again the variations in the pressure will be like this, right? Less pressure will be exerted because volume is more. So from this graph we can understand that V3 is greater than V2, and this is what the V1. If you understand this, you can solve many kinds of the JEE or NEET level question. It is very easy. You should be knowing to identify what kind of graph is this and what does this mean. So this is happening at a constant volume. One more graph we can draw is pressure versus 1 by T. What would be a graph of pressure versus 1 by T if you want to draw a graph for the pressure versus 1 by T? Pressure versus 1 by T. We know that pressure is directly proportional to temperature, right? So what is meaning of 1 by T? 1 by T is inverse of the temperature, means this graph is going to fall. 1 by T is reciprocal of the temperature. So this will be a graph which you will be observing over here, right? Then what about P by T versus, if the graph is of P by T versus temperature, like this ratio remains constant. What does this mean? That this ratio remains constant. So graph will be linear for this. P by T, you increase the temperature, pressure will adjust in such a way that P by T remains constant. So this graph remains constant. So this is whole graphical representation for this. Okay, this is the whole thing about a Gay-Lussac's law. Next, we'll learn about the Avogadro law. Avogadro's law. This is volume, amount, relationship. Okay, so what does this say is that equal volume of all the gases, equal volume of all the gases in similar condition of temperature and pressure, contains equal number of moles. It is given this way: volume is directly proportional to the number of moles. V is equal to Kn. More the number of moles, more will be the volume. So equal volume of all the gases in a similar conditions of the temperature and pressure contains equal number of the moles. So volume is directly proportional to the number of moles. More is the number of more is the volume. Now see, if you summarize all these laws, I'll just tell you the trick how to remember this. Or this would be this thing you should note, that all these laws, starting from the first law, that is a Boyle's law. Then there is a second is a Charles law. And then there is a third is Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac's law. And last, fourth is Avogadro law. See, in every case, in every law, there are two variables, like all these variables. What are the parameters? Temperature, pressure, volume, and the amount of the substance, right? All these things are there. N is the moles, means it tells about the amount of the gases or the amount of the substance. So always there are two variables and two constant. So I'll make a list of the variables. I'll write the variables over here to remember it in the simplest manner. This is variables and these are the constant. Can you figure out the what would be a constant? See, Boyle's law says that for a fixed mass of a gas at given temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So what are the variables over here? It is pressure and volume are the variable, and the temperature and the amount of the substance are the constant, right? Then Charles' law, what does it say? Is that volume is directly proportional to the temperature for fixed mass of a gas at constant pressure. This is what the Charles' law is saying. Then Gay-Lussac's law is saying that pressure is directly proportional to temperature for fixed mass of a gas at constant volume, right? Avogadro's law, we can say, is that volume is directly proportional to the amount of the substance in similar conditions of what? Temperature and pressure. Means volume is directly proportional to the amount of the substance, similar conditions of the temperature and pressure. This is a whole summary of all these four laws, and you can easily remember this. Okay, this problem illustrates the Boyle's law. You can have a look, you can give a try to this question and answer. Okay, pause this video for some time and you can obviously answer this. You can comment your answer in a chat in the comment section. Question asked is, a vessel of 120 ml capacity contains a certain mass of gas at 20 degrees Celsius and 750 mm of mercury. Like, this is a unit of the pressure. Mm of the mercury is the unit of the pressure. The gas was transferred to a vessel which is 180 ml. Calculate the pressure of the gas at 20 degrees Celsius. Now, the earlier volume was 120 ml. Now, the other vessel where the gas is transferred is 180 ml. Now, I don't want a final accurate answer. You can tell me what will happen to a volume, what will happen to a pressure. Pressure is going to increase or decrease when we are transferring a gas, same gas into a bigger volume. Means, what does it mean is that earlier there was a container whose volume was 120 ml, and this was the gas. Now, this will exert a pressure on the walls of the container by the continuous random motion and collision on the walls of the container, right? Now, this gas here the pressure exerted by the gas inside is what? 750 mm mercury. This is the pressure. Now, this same gas is transferred to a bigger volume, whose volume is how much? 180 ml. This volume is 180 ml. And how much is the gas? Same gas. Okay. Same amount of the gas, I am transferring it over here. So what will happen to the pressure? Pressure will obviously fall, no, because volume has increased and the pressure and the volume are inversely related. So we need to find what is the pressure over here. What is the pressure over here? That is what we need to find, right? Pressure due to gas. So we will use a simple relation, that is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. What was the initial pressure? It was 750 and volume was how much? 120. And here P2, this is what I need to find, and the volume is what? 180, right? Therefore P2 is equal to 750 into 120 upon 180. This and this will get cancelled. This is 6 3s are, this will go 6 3s are 6 2, right? And yes, this will also get cancelled. 3 2s are 3 5s. Yes, 250. 250 into 2 is so therefore P2 is 500 mm mercury, right? Earlier pressure was how much? 750. New pressure is how much? 500 mm of mercury. The pressure has gone down, and that is what the whole illustration. This is the illustration of Charles' law. You can solve this very easily, not very tough question, very simple. So question says that at what temperatures centigrade will the volume of the gas at 0 degrees Celsius double itself, pressure remaining constant? Means what is the relationship? Is that volume is directly proportional to temperatures. V is equal to KT. So what is the thing? V by T is equal to K. Means I can write this V1 T1 is equal to V2 T2. Now what is the volume V? V1 initial volume is what? Let's say initial volume is V, and the temperature T1 is what? 0 degrees Celsius, which is equal to how many Kelvin? It is equal to 273 Kelvin approximately, right? 273.15, but we'll take it 273. And what is new volume, new temperature? This is what we need to find, T2. And what is new volume? Volume should be, to achieve this, if I want to make the volume double, how much should be the temperature, right? From T1 to T2. So we'll substitute this. V1 is what? T1 is what? 273. Right, which is equal to 2V divided by what? T2. This is what I need to find. Therefore T2 is equal to what? T2 is equal to this V and V will get cancelled. So 2 into 273. So how much this comes to? 546, right? 546 Kelvin is the temperature. right? So in degree centigrade, they have asked it in a degree centigrade. So 546, so in degree centigrade, minus 273, no? So 546 minus 273. So therefore, T2 is what? 546 minus 273. How much that comes to? This is 3 and this is 9 and this is 493. Sorry, not 4, 193. Right? 193 degree centigrade. Small mistake. This is 3 and 16, 7. So, sorry, this is 46. Yeah, 446. And this is 7. This is 3 minus 4 minus 4. Yeah, 273 degree centigrade. 273 degree centigrade. This is the temperature, new temperature, higher temperature, so volume will be double.